The United States Supreme Court had a busy Monday morning. Here's News Nation's Trevor Shirley with the latest from Washington.
The court ruled today in several cases that were being closely watched, including in one that could have had a major impact on elections. Among the decisions today, the court ruled 5-4 in a dispute over whether states can count ballots that arrive after Election Day. The justices ruled that the state of Mississippi can collect ballots up to 5 days after Election Day, as long as those ballots are postmarked by the time polls close. It's a blow to Republican plaintiffs who tried to limit states counting ballots that are received after a given Election Day. President Donald Trump and other Republicans have argued states should not be allowed to count ballots that arrive after an Election Day. But the court ruled federal authority doesn't govern how states can collect and count their ballots or when that can happen. In another closely watched case, the court ruled Federal Reserve Board member Lisa Cook can remain in her job as litigation continues over her employment future. President Trump has been trying to fire Cook, who was appointed by former President Joe Biden. However, the court also ruled the president has the power to fire other political appointees, in particular FTC Commissioner Rebecca Slaughter, who had sued to keep her job after the president wanted to remove her. In these dual decisions, the court essentially created a carve-out protection for the Federal Reserve, arguing it is different than other federal agencies given its structure and history. The court has several other high-profile cases on which to rule, including a final decision on whether or not the president has the authority to end birthright citizenship. We're expecting more opinions to be released later this week. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley for News Nation.